Funaria, it is a one moss. And in case of this Funaria, we are talking about the simple life cycle. Why this Funaria is important? Because it's a very unique, and we will study one important question which is coming from the Protonema. So now I'm giving you some alternative name for the Funaria. So Funaria basically, these are also called as the green moss. These are also called as the green moss. Okay. Why green moss? Because whatever the meiospore get formed, meiospore, that meiospore basically it is a green in color. We discuss that part later. But first of all, we are talking about different name for the Funaria. So Funaria, these are called as the green moss because meiospore which is get produced, that meiospore basically green in color. As well as this Funaria also called as cord moss. Moss to hai, but cord moss. Why cord moss? Because in case of this Funaria, seta comparatively long. Seta, food seta capsule, right? Part of the sporophytic body. So that seta is comparatively long. That's why it is also called as the cord moss. In option, in question हम बात करें, okay? In option, you will find one club moss. आपको एक मिलेगा club moss. One option you will find club moss. So please remember, club moss is not a Funaria. Clear? Club moss, it is not a Funaria. Moss is word, but we are talking about the club moss. Okay. So हमने देखा था club fungi. So same here we are talking about the club moss. So remember this point. Green moss, cord moss, these are the alternate name for the Funaria. But when you are talking about the club moss, it is not example of the Funaria. Clear? Please write down this information in margin. So we'll get one question in option. Green moss, cord moss, name of the Funaria. Club moss, it is not example of Funaria. Okay, done? Done? Hare Baba, all you deserve, you definitely you will become a doctor. My blessing is always with you, but your efforts also required because bus blessings your hard mute your mic. Okay, chalo. So now next point, I'll talk about life cycle for the Funaria by diagrammatic representation. I'll tell you one thing. हम यहाँ से start करें. We'll start diagrammatic representation from this point. Then we come downward. Then horizontal. Again upward, vertical, and back to pavilion. So we have to prepare a square type diagram. So please draw according to that because left, right, up and down, we draw some information near that diagram. Okay. So we'll start with the life cycle. ठीक है चलो. So ये हो गया for the Funaria some basic information, and Funaria basically these are the one moss which is the advanced bryophyta. So we know very well we are talking about the leafy structure. So remember one point, when we are talking about there is a formation of the leafy structure. Okay. So at that time there is a development of male and the female gametophyte. It means that we are talking about there is a development of the sex organ. So leafy structure formed. Once there is a leafy structure formed, that time sex organ get developed. That time sex organ they get developed. So remember this point. पहले हमें क्या चाहिए? We want the leafy structure of Funaria. And once we obtain leafy structure of the Funaria, that is the time where sex organ it is get developed. So first of all, we draw the first diagram, leafy structure of Funaria, which is the gametophytic structure. Okay, because in case of this bryophyta, who is dominant? Gametophytic life cycle is dominant, right? So on the basis of that, we are talking about first of all the cycle, first diagram, leafy structure, that is gametophytic structure. So quickly छोटा सा diagram हम draw कर रहे हैं. These are the root-like structure that is called as the rhizoid. Rhizoid basically haploid in nature, because whatever we are talking about this leafy structure, all this leafy structure, these are the part of gametophyte. And gametophyte it is dominant, it is haploid in nature because it's having root-like structure, leaf-like structure, as well as the stem-like structure. On the rhizoid, above the rhizoid, now there is a presence of the stem-like structure. And the stem-like structure, simply these are called as the calloid. So now there is a presence of the calloid and the ploidy level of the calloid. Now these are the haploid. Now we are talking about the leafy structure because we discussed mosses basically they having the leafy structure. So leafy structure means what? There is a presence of the leaf-like structure, and that leaf-like structure simply these are called as the phylloid. तो ये हम पहले diagram देख चुके हैं. So again we draw here to complete the Funaria life cycle. So these are the part, these are the leaf-like structure, and that leaf-like structure simply these are called as the part of the phylloid, that is haploid in nature. Now what happened? I hope you remember हमने एक sentence लिखवा के दिया था. All bryophyta these are the monoecious in nature. Yes or no? All bryophyta these are the monoecious in nature. So that's why here we are talking about Funaria also, except Mertensia. Mertensia is the exception case which is the dioecious. But when we are talking about the Funaria, Funaria it is example of the monoecious plant. And what is meaning of this monoecious? Both the sex organ they are present on the same plant. So in case of the bryophyta, all bryophyta monoecious in nature, both male and the female sex organ present on the same plant. Exception case Mertensia, because Mertensia these are the example of the dioecious one, जिसका female sexual branch is different and the male sexual branch is different. So Funaria के बारे में बात करें, and definitely Funaria it is the example of the monoecious plant. So now quickly we draw two branches हमने draw किए. These are the called as the male branch. This one these are called as the male branch, and similarly here we are talking about these are the female branch because example of the monoecious plant. So on the same plant, one branch, on the one branch there is a development of the male gamete, on the another branch there is a development of the female gamete. Now what happened? यहाँ पे simply process होगा. This male branch they produce male gamete, and this one female branch they produce the female gamete. So we are taking the second one, male branch they produce the male gamete, and you know very well whenever we are talking about the gamete is haploid in nature because it is developed from the gametophytic body, and gametophytes further they develop the gametes. So male branch develop the male gamete, while female branch they develop the female gamete, that is egg, and ploidy level also end. Now what happened? You know very well. Whenever we are talking about this male gamete ये motile होगा. Now female body they secrete the mucilage inside the water. Now that male gamete they are showing the chemotactic movement, and now due to chemotactic movements means what? Entire body showing movement towards this female, right? So definitely this process we are representing by the fertilization process, where we can say water is required. First point, water required for fertilization because it's the aquatic one, amphibians say, as well as now male gamete they showing chemotactic movement, male gamete showing chemotactic movement. Okay, chemotactic, entire body showing the movement, chemotactic movement. And यहाँ पे भी same point होगा, that is female body they secrete the mucilage substance, or in other chemical they secrete to attract the male. And finally with the help of that all chemotactic movement, secretion of the some chemical by the female body, water is required for the fertilization. Now there is a formation of the zygote, and zygote ploidy level that is diploid in nature. Then now you know very well bryophyta these are the first plant where embryo get developed. Yes or no? So now ये था one information, that is leafy structure at the maturity. Once they form the leafy structure they produce the sex organ, male gamete, female gamete. With the help of water, chemical, chemotactic movement there is a formation of the zygote. Now such zygote they undergo the formation of embryo. So now we are taking vertical direction, horizontal direction. तो ये था हमारा vertical information. Now we are talking about the horizontal. Now there is a formation of the embryo because these are the first embryophyte. And if we are talking about what will be the ploidy level, so ultimately zygote diploid hai and embryo also, these are the diploid, right? Now you know very well, once there is a formation of the embryo undergo the mitotic division, they undergo the growth and the development, and finally this embryo, it is converted into one diploid body. That body it is called as the sporophytic body. So there is a development of the sporophyte, and sporophyte also diploid in nature, right? So quickly we are draw a together structure of the funaria, because who is dominant? Gametophytic structure is dominant, right? On gametophytic structure, जहाँ पे female branch होगा, female branch. So that is a site where sporophytic body they grow. So quickly I draw the structure, then you get understand how that sporophytic bodies look. So first of all, we are talking about lower body, that is gametophytic body, which is the dominant one. So ये था structure of the rhizoid, part of gametophytic body. That's why we are talking about, that is a haploid. Now stem-like structure. Stem-like structure means we are talking about structure of calloid to give the support. Now again there is a presence of the leafy structure, and that structure simply it is called as the phylloid. तो ये बना हमारा the structure of phylloid. Ploidy level again haploid. So all these three parts, phylloid, calloid as well as the rhizoid, all these three parts, these are the part of dominant phase. And who is dominant? Gametophytic body is dominant. These are the part of the gametophytic body which is the dominant, because they are capable for the food synthesis, they are capable for the absorption of water as well as the mineral. So that's why gametophytic body is dominant in case of the bryophyta. Now हमने पहले represent किया था, this one it is represent as a female branch because it's an example of the monoecious, and this one it is this one represent as a male, and the another one it is represent as a female branch. Same as it is, हम diagram draw कर रहे हैं, no change. First diagram if you see this one, these are the structure of the gametophytic, same structure we draw here as it is, no change. But now change क्या हुआ है? Funaria basically these are the one aquatic one, right? Amphibian. Fertilization water is required. Male gamete now they moving due to chemotactic movement. Male gamete they are moving toward the female branch, and where fertilization processes occur? Where fertilization processes occur? Tell me. On female branch or on male branch? Quickly tell me. Male gamete, they are showing movement toward the female. So now tell me, in case of funaria, where fertilization process can be occur? At which branch? Male branch or female branch? Yes, these are the on female branch. So now tell me, where sporophytic body get developed? Because fertilization हुआ on the female branch. After the fertilization, zygote bana. Zygote converted into embryo, and embryo converted into sporophytic body. So female body, yes, female branch, these are the site where sporophytic body, that is food, seta and capsule get developed. Got it? So now we draw a typical structure of the food, seta and capsule. So female branch, I am highlighting the female branch because these are the site where the development of food, seta and the capsule. So on from the tip, यहाँ पे food था. Now there is a formation of the long seta, that's why it is called as the cord moss. And finally, these are the structure, that is capsule. Okay. Inside this capsule, थोड़ा सा capsule बड़ा निकाल लेते हैं, better. Okay. So inside this capsule, there is a presence of spore mother cell, or simply we can say there is a presence of the something spore, neospore. I'm giving the name. ये जो part है, these are called as the foot. Ploidy level of the foot diploid था. Long, these are called as the seta. Ploidy level of the seta, again these are the diploid, and this upper structure, these are called as the capsule. And whenever we are talking about the capsule basically these are also diploid in nature. And remember this part, Inside the capsule, spore mother cells are present. Okay, inside the capsule, spore mother cells are present. That's why capsule it is act as a fruiting part, because further they produce the neospore. So this capsule also called as the fruiting part. जैसे fruiting body होती है. In case of the fungus, there is a structure of the fruiting body. Similarly, we are talking about capsule. Basically, further they produce neospore, and that neospore nothing but spores undergo the germination and they form a new plant of gametophytic body. So capsule is also called as the fruiting part. Foot, these are the ones supportive. Seta, these are also supportive. Which is the most important? Capsule part is most important because inside the capsule there is a presence of the spore mother cell. Okay, और ये जो हमने part लिया upper one part means that is foot, seta, and as well as the capsule. So these part basically these are called as the sporophytic part, which is totally depend नहीं, partially depend actually. हमने देखा था liverworts partial parasite है, moss sorry liverworts complete parasite है, total parasite, because for the attachment, food, water, mineral, everything it is depend on the gametophytic body. But Funaria it is example of the moss, and moss it is a partial parasite because sporophytic body it is a green color, and that's why they are capable for the photosynthesis process. Okay, so mosses or Funaria, these are the partial parasite. So here we are talking about the upper part, which is a diploid one, partial parasite, sporophyte. So if you open the NCERT, आपको as it is diagram मिलेगा. Gametophytic body lower one, which is the dominant one, and on the gametophytic body, on female sexual branch, development of this sporophytic body, that is foot, seta, capsule. Okay, and out of this, which part is important? Capsule part is important. Clear? Yeah, this point is clear. Komal, Ramchandra, Tanvi, Pratyusha, Himaya, Suhas, okay, Pooja, Deepika. Yeah, any doubt, please. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Because you know very well, revision नहीं होता है फिर से. During the repeater classes, there is no revision. If अगर time मिला तब की बात है, but mostly time नहीं होता हमारे पास. So please, do you have any doubt? Ask me right now. अभी नहीं तो कभी नहीं. Simple funda. Okay, chalo. So now we are focused on the capsule. How there is a formation of the spores. So फिर से हम जा रहे हैं. See the entire diagram. How we are going. We start from this point. Again we cover towards the embryo, and now we are talking about the further part. So I'll continue this diagram. थोड़ा सा space ऊपर नीचे हो गया. It's okay. So now we are talking about further part. That is यहाँ से शुरू कर रहे हैं फिर से. Upper one, that is capsule. Please give one arrow, and now we are talking about the capsule. Capsule, inside this capsule, basically there is a presence of spore mother cell. Inside the capsule, there is a presence of spore mother cell. SMC. Spore mother cell. SMC. And what will be the diploidy level of that SMC? Definitely these are the diploid. Now this spore mother cell, it is undergo the process of sporic meiosis. Sporic meiosis. After the sporic meiosis, now there is a formation of the green color meiospore. Meiospore कैसे बनेंगे in case of Funaria? Green color. That's why Funaria also called as the green moss, because after the sporic meiosis, once that spore mother cell, they produce the spores, that is a haploid spores, also called as the meiospore. So that's meiospore basically green in color. Okay, green in color. That's why we are talking about they are Funaria, also called as the green moss. Now, one important stage, very unique, which is present only and only in case of the mosses, that is protonema, जहां से NEET का favorite question बनता है. So now what happened? ये जो green color का meiospore है, this meiospore undergo the process of germination. You know very well, अच्छे दिन, favorable दिन, right? And during the favorable दिन, which stage where we can to sporophytic to gametophyte? Deepika, hey Deepika, listen. I'll tell you shortcut. Initially, who is dominant? Gametophytic body is dominant. That's why we start from there. When in case of mosaich, जब leafy structure form होगा, during that leafy structure, these are the stage, these are the site, these are the time where male and the female sex organ develop on the same plant body. Male branch and the female branch. Male branch, male sexual branch, they produce the male gamete, which is a motile. Female sexual branch, they produce the female gamete. Fertilization होगा. After the fertilization, now there is a formation of the zygote. Zygote further converted into embryo. Zygote diploid, embryo also diploid, right? Embryo further undergo the growth and development. They produce this sporophytic body. और ये कहाँ पे produce होगा? Just 1 second. So that sporophytic body they produce on the female sexual branch, because who is dominant? Gametophytic body is dominant, right? Rhizoid, calloid, phylloid, leafy structure. जहाँ पे female branch present होगा. So on female branch, these are the site where successful fertilization can be occur, because female gamete non-motile, male gamete motile. Male gamete with the help of flagella, they move towards this female branch. They entered, they fused with the female gamete, and after the fertilization, now all over the process can be formed, that is zygote, embryo, everything, right? And further that embryo it is developed on the female branch. Sporophytic body develop होगा, and sporophytic means what? Food, seta and the capsule. So base होगा food, seta, it's provide the stability, and the capsule part, these are also called as the fruiting part, because inside the capsule spore mother cells are present. Spore mother cell diploid in nature, right? And that spore mother cell undergo the sporic meiosis, reductional division, right? And once there is a formation of the reductional division, they produce the green color meiospore. That's why Funaria also called as the green moss. This meiospore, it is undergo the germination under the favorable condition. And now these are the very, very important point. After the germination, they not produce gametophytic body, they produce the protonema structure. What they produce? They produce the language. These are also called as filamentous gametophyte. Filamentous gametophyte. Please underline this word, highlight करो, जो करना है करो. It's very, very important. Protonema structure, also called as the filamentous gametophyte. And now these are the very unique structure, protonema. This structure, it is present only and only in moss. It is not present in bryophyta. See, you have to read question very carefully. अगर question में ऐसे दिया होगा, if I'm talking about, okay, so center में थोड़ा सा ले लेते हैं. Suppose अगर question ऐसे हो, meiospore in case of the bryophyta, okay, meiospore it is developed into gametophytic body. It is developed into gametophytic body because meiospore be haploid and gametophytic also haploid. So what will be the answer for this question? These are the present in case of the bryophyta. Meiospore it is converted into gametophytic body. But if in question specifically it is mentioned that is meiospore it is developed into protonema. It is not developed directly into gametophytic body. एक intermediate stage होगा, and that intermediate stage that is protonema, and protonema also called as the filamentous gametophyte, because meiospore be haploid and protonema structure, these are the haploid. So where this present? These are the present only and only in case of the moss. Remember this point. ये दो questions आपको assignment. I think today did you get the DPP? In today's DPP, these two questions are included. Okay, so please solve that DPP. If question that is meiospore, they form a gametophytic body. So what will be the answer? Bryophyta. But is this in question specifically mentioned किया हुआ है? That is meiospore, it is developed into protonema. First stage, initial stage, right? initial stage, that time answer will be only moss, because protonema, this हम देखेंगे diagram में how it is look. These are the filamentous structure, and these filamentous structure, filamentous protonema structure present only and only in case of the moss. It is not present in all bryophyta. अगर commonly हम बात करें, so definitely once there is a formation of the spore undergo the germination and they produce the gametophytic body. But exception case in case of the mosses में intermediate step होगा, and that intermediate step nothing but we are talking about protonema. Got it? Got it? Clear this point? Please tell me if you have any doubt. You can ask me right now. Okay, प्रत्युषा को बस समझ में आ गया, बाकी किसी को नहीं समझ में आया? कोमल, दीपिका, ओके, पूजा, Shivangi, Tadvi, okay? So remember this point, protonema. Today you have to read NCERT. Read NCERT and clear each and every doubt. Underline that because protonema वहाँ पे दिया होगा in case of mosses. Okay? Yeah. So now what happened? ये था part protonema. Now what happened? After the protonema structure, yes, there is a formation of the protonema. And after the protonema structure, now there is a formation of the gametophytic body, that is haploid body. So I erase this part, question part. Again, I'll erase this part also because I have to come down. So यहाँ पे बचा that is. So we are talking about there is a formation of the which structure, that is protonema, and finally this protonema structure, it is converted into gametophytic structure, which is haploid in nature. Last stage. Just see क्या क्या किया हमने. Just zoom out this part. So protonema is the first structure after the meiospore germination, and that protonema finally it is converted into gametophytic structure, which is the dominant one. I'll give you some shortcut. इसका shortcut हम देखेंगे. Okay, so complete this diagram. Once you done, please tell me. हाँ दीपिका, हम देखेंगे part A, alternation of generation. Yes दीपिका, this point is applicable. That's why I told you I'll take some. हाँ रामचंद्र, because see NCERT that is only base. ऐसा नहीं होगा कि हाँ some concept is there, but you have to try. That is my role ना कि how to explain each and everything for you. But you have to try to read. Protonema is dependent on the sporophytic or gametophytic body. See, protonema, these are the intermediate stage. Vedant, protonema, these are the one intermediate stage. So that protonema is further converted into which structure? Gametophytic structure. So both they are dominant. Protonema also dominant, and even gametophytic body also dominant. But ये कहाँ से develop हो रहा है? These are the developed from the sporophytic body. That's why we are talking about alternation of generation. Gametophytic convert into sporophytic, sporophytic convert into gametophytic. This protonema is like a kid version of the gamet. हाँ, you can say. And adult version, that is gametophytic body. हाँ प्रत्युषा रुक जा, बहुत दिमाग लगाती है ये. So should I continue next part? Shall I give you some short key how to remember in flowchart? Okay. Should I continue? Should I continue? Okay, Edric. Yeah. Rubaika नहीं है आज. Where is Rubaika? Nihal also not there. So I'm giving some shortcut, okay? Flowchart में दे रहे. Simple. First of all, we are talking about gametophytic body, which is the haploid one. This gametophytic body, Further, they produce male gamete as well as they produce the female gamete. Now maturity stage, they fuse with each other and now there is a formation of the zygote. And once there is a formation of the zygote also diploid always. This zygote, it is converted into embryo. Embryo also, these are the diploid in nature. Now this embryo, it is converted into body, that is sporophytic body. And this sporophytic body, again, these are the diploid in nature. This sporophytic body, it is consist of the three parts: foot, seta, and the most important, that is capsule. Okay. Now, out of that sporophytic body, inside this capsule, there is a presence of spore mother cell, SMC, ploidy level, that is diploid. SMC undergo the process of sporic meiosis because spore mother cells and that spore mother cell undergo the reductional division, meiosis, and now there is a formation of the green color meiospore, and that green color meiospore, now these are the haploid in nature. This green color meiospore, it's very unique stage. Now they undergo the development of the protonema. And what is the ploidy level of the protonema? Again, this has the protonema ploidy level, that is haploid. Now this protonema is very unique, which is present only and only in moss. बाकी कहीं पे भी ये present नहीं होगा. It is present only and only in case of these mosses. And finally, this protonema structure again develop into gametophytic body. So now clearly you can say gametophytic body haploid, male gamete also haploid, female gamete also haploid, zygote diploid, embryo diploid, sporophytic body diploid, spore mother cell diploid. After this sporic meiosis, now there is a formation of the meiospore. Meiospore ho gaye haploid, protonema also haploid. Now they produce the gametophyte, that is also haploid. Gametophytic produce the male and the female gametes, they are also haploid. So now what happened? What you understand from this point? So definitely, who is dominant? Gametophytic body is dominant. So life cycle question. Today we will get in DPP also. So life cycle, basically these are the haplodiplontic life cycle, which is the very much common in case of the bryophyta. Haplodiplontic life cycle. And the another one, they are showing meiosis, and that meiosis pattern, these are called as the sporic meiosis. And third one, these are the showing alternation of generation. Alternation of generation. And what is the meaning of this alternation of generation? Simple meaning, that is gametophytic body, which is the dominant one, which is the haploid one, they convert into sporophytic body, they produce the sporophytic body, which is the diploid one, and now this sporophytic body, again it is converted into gametophytic body. Such type of this body pattern, these are called as the alternation of generation. So these are the simple life cycle in mosses, and more specifically we are talking about in case of the funaria, where the most important structure get formed, that is protonema, also called as the filamentous gametophyte, which is present only and only in case of mosses, because the intermediate state, once there is a formation of the meiospore, meiospore converted into protonema, and protonema further it is converted into gametophytic body, only in case of mosses. And if I'm talking about commonly in case of bryophyta, common questioning, verbal, in case of bryophyta, so spores form and spores it is converted into gametophytic body in bryophyta. But agar mosses word specifically mentioned in case of mosses, so 100% protonema structure, these are the intermediate stage. Got it? Clear this point, everyone? Clear? Any doubt? Okay, good. Now I'm giving them another key, another point. In case of the mosses, In case of this mosses, two gametophytic stages are there. Two gametophytic stage are present. So which one? We are taking simple explanation. Just we discuss. First stage, which is a filamentous gametophyte, also called as the protonema. And the second stage, after the protonema, now they develop the body, that is gametophytic body. So that structure it is called as the leafy structure. Yes, leafy structure, because we discussed that leafy structure nothing but these are gametophytic structure which is haploid in nature, and protonema, these are also called as filamentous protonema or filamentous gametophyte. That's it. So all these are the information for the mosses, because mosses it has the two gametophytic stage. First one, which is the first one, protonema, these are the first one, and who is the second one, that is leafy structure of gametophytic, these are the second stage. Done. Okay. रामचंद्र, लीफी स्ट्रक्चर दिस आर दी डोमिनेंट. अच्छा हुआ एक क्वेश्चन पूछा. चलो इसी को कंटिन्यू कर देते हैं. रामचंद्र asked me which stage is dominant. How to recognize that? Protonema is independent. Yes, it is independent, because now what happened? Green color meiospore and they produce the green color protonema also. Actually, protonema दो types के होते हैं. One rhizoidal and another one is a green color. So these are basically protonema. It's a green color. So if they are green color, it means that they are capable for the photosynthesis. No problem. Okay. हाँ, so रामचंद्र का question है, how we find out which stage is dominant? Good question. So I'm writing one extra information. If I'm talking about the protonema, basically these are the very short structure. These are the short lived. इसका lifetime ज़्यादा नहीं होता. Definitely these are the green in color, but now what happened? That is a short life. So ultimately it is not more dominant. But when we are talking about the leafy structure basically these are the long lived. And why these are the long lived? Because further they produce sex organ. Further, later stage, when they form a leafy structure, when they become mature, that time long life, because this second structure, that is lymphatic structure, they produce sex organ. So definitely sex organ produce kara means they are capable for the further process. So who is more dominant? Ultimately, as compared to protonema, these gametophytic, leafy gametophytic structure, these are the more dominant. हाँ, Pratyusha, protonema structure it's independent, because protonema these are the green in color. Because कहाँ से develop हो रहे हैं? Green meiospore था, right? Meiospore कैसा है? Green. So ultimately green means they are capable for the photosynthesis. Yes or no? So if green color meiospore, they produce the green color protonema. So ultimately they are independent. हाँ, अच्छा. Yeah, sure, Vedant. Vedant, is this your first class, beta? I think first or second class, right? So as compared to protonema, leafy structure is dominant because these are the long lived. Okay, done. Yeah, 3 to 4 days. Okay. Should I continue next part? थोड़ा सा part बचा, just 5 minutes. Okay. So now we are talking about next point, sporophytic structure. Sporophyte structure in Funaria. We are not taking too much detail, बस आपको बताना है कि where the peristomes are present. That's it. That's position only. So you know very well. Now these are the presence of the foot. ये बना हमारा सीटा, long सीटा, that's what is called as the cord moss. And on the tip there is a presence of the capsule. So quickly I give the name: foot, long seta, and finally these are called as the capsule. Now यहाँ पे हमने देखो each and every diagram we draw something a pointed structure. हमने सभी diagram में draw किया. Even when we draw the comparison point, that time also we draw structure. So this structure nothing but these are the one protective layer, or what we say these are the mouth, that is called as the operculum. This area these are called as the operculum. Sorry. Foot seta, and now we are talking about something a cap-like structure, that is operculum. Operculum, and operculum basically these are the cap-like structure. Now you know very well, is this any dry condition? Because हमने पहले देखा था where that spores get released. So you know very well, during the dry condition when water it is present in limited amount, now that peristome teeth, more specifically exostome, they get shrink, they get flaccid, and that mouth it is get open. So similarly here, क्या हुआ? Sorry. Similarly, now what happened during the dry condition? Now that cap-like structure, that is operculum, that operculum it is get removed. When it is get removed during the dry structure, right? And once there is a operculum it is get removed, it means that mouth of capsule it is get open up. So mouth of capsule it is get open up. So now what happened? How this diagram it is look? So ultimately, now these are the presence of this foot. Now there is a presence of the seta. Now there is a presence of the seta, and finally there is a presence of the capsule. So these are the capsule. And now what happened? On the capsule, now there is a presence of the teeth, and that teeth nothing but these are called as the peristome teeth, which is help for the spores dispersion. So there is a presence of the teeth, that teeth nothing but that is peristome teeth. So we are talking about the total 32 together. We are not taking any differentiation part because we already discussed this part. And these peristome teeth total 32 number, 16 exostome, 16 endostome, and now they help for the spores dispersion. And we already written one point as compared to liverworts. As compared to liverworts, mosses they having most elaborated mechanism for the spores dispersion due to presence of peristome teeth. Got it? Clear? So these are the exactly sporophytic structure in Sphenaria. यहाँ पे capsule present है. Inside this capsule definitely spore mother cells and the green color spores are present. Now they get released once there is a dry condition, and now once there is a dry condition, ultimately the cap-like structure which is involved in the protection, that is operculum it is get removed. Once there is a remove, mouth of capsule it is get exposed. Now peristome teeth, exostome also they undergo the flaccid, and whatever the spores are present, spores easily they can release outside the capsule. Got it? Clear? Yeah. So these are the end with the entire bryophyta. Entire bryophyta. Okay. So do you have any doubt from the bryophyta? Because see, हमने देखा bryophyta. These are the first embryophytes. Again, these are the non-cornophytes. Again, these are the atractophytes. Again, again we discuss these are the monoecious, exception case Mertensia. Again, bryophyta dominant stage, that is which body? Gametophytic body is dominant. Now we discuss these are the dominant, Again, we discussed they are showing the alternation of generation, that is sporophytic convert into gametophytic and gametophytic convert into sporophytic, right? And again, we discussed one point that it will be showing the sporic meiosis or meiosis condition. In case of the meiosis, definitely we are discussed for this spores dispersion, more elaborated mechanism is present, that is peristome teeth. And another one, there is an intermediate state that is protonema. Short life hai, but still it is present. And protonema, these are the intermediate state between the spores germination and the leafy gametophytic structure, which is present only and only in case of the meiosis. Can you tell how to do decide dominant part again? I had lost connection. Komal, simple meaning hai. See, spore tha, green color spore, undergo the germination. First, there is a formation of the structure that is protonema. But protonema kaisa hai? Protonema, these are the short light, right? So if these are the short light means these are the less dominant. While when we are talking about the second stage that is leafy structure. And that leafy structure that is gametophytic, which is a long light. And if they are long light, why these are the long light? Because further they produce the sex organ, male and the female. So ultimately who is dominant? Gametophytic structure is dominant. और एक हमने बात किया था gametophytic body is dominant on the basis of what? Means haplodiploidic life cycle, on the point of that. So haplo means what? Haploid body, gametophytic body. And why these are the dominant body? Because gametophytic body, they has the root-like structure that is the rhizoid, capable for the absorption of water and the mineral. Plus they having the leafy structure, so they are capable for the food synthesis also. So जो कुछ भी basic काम है, food synthesis and the absorption, all these function performed by the gametophytic body. That's why in case of the bryophyta, who is dominant? Gametophytic body is dominant. Clear, Komal? किसको कहेंगे हम? सिंपल मीनिंग है who produce food, who absorb water and the mineral. That part is become dominant. Yeah, okay. So next part, pteridophyta. First vascular plants. चलो. Should I erase all this part? I hope ये part complete हो गया होगा. Peristome, teeth and everything. Okay, chalo. So now next part we are talking about pteridophyta. Second last of the plant kingdom. I must say ये थोड़ा सा complicated है as compared to algae and the bryophyta because थोड़े concepts different है because we have to discuss some fern category. So examples are quite different. So इसको थोड़ा सा मेहनत चाहिए, but I know you will do that. So pteridophyta. When we are talking about the pteridophyta basically these are the first vascular plant. First vascular plant. Because in this condition, in this pteridophyta, vascular tissue like xylem and the phloem, these are present. So that's why simply we can say pteridophyta, these are the first vascular plant. Now, similarly, हमने पहले बात किया था algae, bryophyta and the pteridophyta. They required water for the fertilization. That is a common point between them. So definitely, in case of the pteridophyta, water required for fertilization. Definitely they required, yes. And that's why, because of this property, they simply called as vascular amphibian, not true amphibian, okay? Bryophyta, basically these are the true amphibian. But here we are talking about these are the vascular amphibian. Why we say vascular? Because these are the plant, pteridophyta, where first time vascular tissue get developed. So these are the amphibians, but it is not a true amphibians. These are the vascular amphibians. Another one, third property, these are the first successful land plant. Similarly, just we discuss here, these are the first vascular plant as well as these are the first successful land plant. And such type of the plant also called as botanical snake plant. botanical snake plant. I'll show you image for the botanical snake. And the last point, common point for the pteridophyta. In case of the pteridophyta, mostly they include a fern category. Fern. And you know very well, when we are talking about the fern, it means that is mostly we use as a ornamental plant. Mostly we use as a ornamental plant. And why ornamental plant? Because whatever we are talking about the leaves, these leaves of this fern plant, it's very attractive, it's very colorful, it's very beautiful. So most of time हमारे घर में देखो indoor plant जितने भी होते हैं ना, maximum indoor plant they are belonging to angiosperm or they are belonging to fern category, means pteridophyta category, because these are the ornamental plant due to their leaves. So leaves basically these are long in size, beautiful, whatever you say. So that's why whenever we are talking about the pteridophyta, inside the pteridophyta, mostly we include the fern category, and fern, these are the example of the ornamental plant because of their leaves. These are the long size, very attractive leaves are there. Okay. क्या है मैम, they are also called as the reptiles of the plant kingdom ना. हाँ, you can say, because I'll show you why, because they are botanical snake, because इसका जो leaf pattern होता है ना, it is like a snake. जैसे snake की body होती है, plain body and something of white color streaks are there, so it looks like that. That's why it's called as a reptile. बस question नहीं आता, don't worry. I think in model it is given. So I'll show you botanical snake means which, because ये बहुत जगह पे even ये Erlem Circle का जो chapel है ना, so there is one divider. So there on that divider also that botanical snake plant means that pteridophyta is present. And it's an indoor plant, आपके घर में भी होगा. It's very common. Just wait, I'll share one image. Yeah, just see the chat box. Tulsi, that is good. It's give the 24 hours oxygen. होना भी चाहिए घर में, because it's having the good medicinal value. See, ये मोस्टली डिवाइडर पे होता है, जो हाईवे वगैरह होते हैं ना, वहाँ पे डिवाइडर में यू विल गेट दी सो मेनी प्लांट्स. सो दीज आर द एग्जांपल ऑफ द बोटेनिकल स्नेक मींस टेरिडोफाइटा. व्हाई? बिकॉज इफ यू सी कंप्लीटली ग्रीन कलर के पैचेस है, right? And they are having the yellow color rim, and plus there's a white color strips also there. So it is a look like a snake body. That's why it is called as the botanical snake plant, also called as the reptiles of the plant kingdom. That's it. Yeah, it's a Dryopteris. A Dryopteris, it is coming under the pteridophyta, huh, Baba? Yeah, okay. So these are the some common bodies, fertilization and sporophytic body. Similarly, we start from the first common feature, first character, that is habitat. So common feature for the pteridophyta. When we are talking about the habitat, in case of this habitat, basically we are talking about mostly pteridophyta, they prefer to grow at cool, humid and the shaded place. So first habitat, they mostly grow at the cool, humid and as well as the shaded places. Mostly, ये mostly condition हो, okay? If you want, I can write down here. These are the mostly. But we having few examples, few, not maximum, okay? Few pteridophyta, they can grow at sandy soil. So mostly cool, humid, shaded, but few they also grow at the sandy soil. Another point जहां से question बनेगा, and it's very important point, that is plant body. One question from the plant body. Definitely we are talking about the pteridophyta, and that pteridophyta, it has the two bodies like haploid body and the diploid body. So first of all, we start from the diploid body, and that diploid body, nothing but these are called as the sporophytic body. And I must say one thing, who is dominant in case of the Pteridophyta? Who is dominant? Sporophytic structure. Yes, sporophytic structure, these are the dominant one. And why dominant one? Because sporophytic body, they are capable for food synthesis, they are capable for the water and the mineral absorption, because these are the first vascular plant. These are the first cormophytes where true leaf, true stem, true leaf-like structures are present. True leaf, stem and the root. So these are the first cormophytes. So we are writing all information together. First of all, हम बात करें small a diploid stage, that is sporophytic one. This sporophytic body, basically these are the dominant because these are the first cormophytes. See, हम यहाँ पे first time लिख रहे हैं cormophytes because algae and the bryophyta, these are the non-cormophytes, means true leaf, stem, root like structure absent. तो वहां पे हमने लिखा था for the root rhizoid, phylloid, calloid, but first time here we are writing these are the first cormophyte because true root, true stem and as well as the true leaf-like structure, all these structures are present. And because of this property, definitely we can say that these are the first cormophyte. और इसके बाद जितने भी examples होंगे, means gymnosperm, angiosperm, dicotyledon, monocotyledon, all these are the non-cormophytes because Pteridophyta, these are the first plant where first time true root, stem, leaf get developed. And after that, definitely gymnosperm, they having the true root, stem and the leaf, everything, even angiosperm. So that's why, who is the first? Pteridophyta is the first cormophytes. Clear? So who is dominant? Ultimately sporophytic body is dominant. और बचा हमारे पास, यहाँ से एक क्वेश्चन बनता है gametophytic. It's very unique, huh? It's very unique, which is present only and only in case of Pteridophyta. ये stage कहीं पे भी नहीं होता. So we are talking about the second stage, that is haploid, and the haploid stage, nothing but we are talking about, that is gametophytic stage. Straightforward, very unique question. This gametophytic structure, it has some property. Pehli baat, these are the multicellular. Gametophytic structure, these are the multicellular. As well as these are the green in color. Right? And on the basis of green in color, we have to write down one point here. Only and only in case of the Pteridophyta, free living gametophytes are present. Gametophytes showing independent existence because they are green in color, so they are capable for the everything. Free living, it's very unique. Please remember. So these are the stage where gametophytes, basically these are the free living, only and only present in this condition. These are the free living, or simply you can say these are the showing the independent existence. किसी के ऊपर भी dependent नहीं है. These are the showing independent existence. It's very unique. Okay, यहाँ से question बनेगा 100% because this is the something unique point which is present only and only in case of the Pteridophyta. While when you compare this point, एक क्वेश्चन हम ले रहे हैं, you will get this question today नहीं, Monday वाले DPP में आपको मिलेगा this question related to Pteridophyta. So one another question related to that, in case of the gymnosperm as well as in case of the angiosperm, in case of the gymnosperm as well as in case of this angiosperm, no free living gametophyte is present. Or in other language, gametophytes are not, okay, they are not free living. Clear this point, everyone? Clear this point? Please remember it's very unique, which is present only and only in case of the Pteridophyta. Relatively, you will get one question. In case of the Pteridophyta, free living gametobody is present. They are showing independent existence. They can, without any help of this sporophytic body dominant है, but still they are showing free living existence. Okay, but when you compare this point with gymnosperm and the angiosperm, gymno and the angio, they are not showing free living gametophytic body. Pratyusha, in case of the bryophyta also, gametophytic, these are the free living. In case of the bryophyta also, your answer is true. Even bryophyta, because see now, bryophytic, who is dominant in case of the bryophyta? Gametophytic body is dominant, so ultimately they are free living. वहां पे हम ब्रायोफाइट को इंक्लूड नहीं कर रहे. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट टेरिडोफाइटा, जिम्नोस्पर्म एंड एंजियोस्पर्म. इफ यू वांट यू कैन राइट डाउन दिस इंफॉर्मेशन इन मार्जिन. ओके चलो, प्रत्युषा ने पूछा है, सो विल कंटिन्यू दिस पार्ट. सो इफ यू वांट प्लीज राइट डाउन दिस पार्ट मार्जिन. ओके, सो इन केस ऑफ द ब्रायोफाइटा आल्सो, in case of the bryophyta also, gametophytic body, which is a haploid one. Gametophytes, basically these are the free living. And why free living? Because they are dominant. Please write down this information in margin. But don't worry, bryophyte को यहाँ पे comparison नहीं होगा. जो कुछ भी comparison होगा, that comparison between the pteridophyta, gymnosperm and angiosperm. So question design होगा according to that, because in NCERT it is given as it is. But if you want, you can write down this information in margin, because in case of the bryophyta, gametophytic body, haploid body dominant है. So ultimately they are free living. तो वहाँ पे कोई पूछना ही नहीं है. But here, why we are talking about in case of the pteridophyta? In case of the pteridophyta, who is dominant? Sporophytic body is dominant. But still, gametophytic, they are showing free living. They are not dependent upon this sporophytic body. It's a very unique, which is present only in pteridophyta, while in case of gymnosperm and angiosperm, they are not free living. Clear? Okay, chalo. Tell you one thing, one more thing. Just we discuss algae का भी छोड़ दो, because algae these are the totally showing the haplontic life cycle. So there is a no sporophytic and there is a no gametophytic generation. Now when we discuss about in case of the bryophyta, please write down this information in margin. In case of the bryophyta, who is dominant? Who is dominant? Gametophytic body is dominant, because they are capable for the food synthesis, for the everything. But remaining for pteridophyta, as well as for the gymnosperm, and as well as for the angiosperm. So now in these three conditions, who is dominant? Sporophytic body is dominant. Please remember this point. Sporophytic body is dominant. Please write down this information in margin. In case of the bryophyta, gametophytic body is dominant. That's why it is given more importance. Because sporophyte is the dominant and the gametophytic is the independent like bryophyta, but gametophyte is dominant. है कितना लंबा लिखती है प्रत्युषा? और एक बार पूछना पड़ेगा. नीचे का पढ़ रही हूँ, ऊपर का भूल गई मैं क्या. Sporophyte is dominant and gametophytic is independent. Unlike bryophyta, as gametophytic is dominant, but sporophytic is parasitic. हाँ, true, true, Pratyusha, true. खुद ही क्वेश्चन देती है, खुद ही उसका एक्सप्लेनेशन देती है, एंड खुद ही उसका आंसर देती है. दैट्स व्हाई दिस आर हैपनिंग. वेरी नाइस. या, सो प्लीज राइट डाउन दिस इंफॉर्मेशन इन मार्जिन. Bryophyta, who is dominant, gametophytic stage, but rest of pterido, gymno, angio, sporophytic body, these are the dominant. But we are not considering algae, because algae showing haplontic life cycle. ना ही उसके अंदर gametophytic body है, ना ही उस means overall body is gametophytic body. There is a no sporophytic body. So we are not taking which one is the dominant. So ultimately gametophytic body is dominant in case of algae also. So वहां से तो question नहीं बनेगा. Question coming from bryo, pterido, gymno and the angio. If question coming from who is dominant. Okay, clear this point? Any doubt? Any doubt? Plant body, any doubt? You will get 2 to 3 questions from this point. Yeah. Number third point, vascular tissue. Definitely, pteridophyta, basically these are the first muscular tissue. So xylem and phloem, they are present. So number third point for the common features, we are talking about vascular tissue. So in case of this vascular tissue, just try to understand that thing. You know very well, vascular tissue xylem hote and the phloem hote. Xylem, it is divided into further four types, like tracheids are there, vessels are there, xylem parenchyma, xylem fiber. And similarly, phloem, they divide into four types, like phloem parenchyma, compendium cells, seals tube element, and as well as the phloem fiber. So that is a characteristic feature which is present in angiosperm. But pteridophyta, these are the first plant. These are the first plant where first time vascular tissue get developed. Means very primitive type of the conduction of water and the conduction of phloem, conduction of the water and the food is present. So definitely xylem be present hoga. And now in this point, phloem also present. But it's the one question you will find out in DPP also. यहाँ पे present होगा only primitive type of the pipeline for the water conduction. And in this point, definitely primitive ones means we are talking about tracheids. So यहाँ पे present होगा tracheids, and you know very well, tracheids basically these are the primitive part for the water conduction. Similarly, for the phloem, if we are talking about the primitive one, so sieve cell, I'm talking about cell, not tube. So sieve cells also present, and these sieve cell also these are the primitive for the food conduction. So tracheids also primitive and the sieve cell also primitive. So जितना भी primitive part है for the food conduction and for the water conduction, that primitive pipeline or primitive phloem and the xylem, these are the present. But when you compare this part with the advanced pipeline for the water conduction, that is vessels. So vessels, these are the totally absent because these are the advanced method, which is the characteristic features of angiosperm. And similarly, when you compare this point with sieve tube, so sieve tube also absent because again these are the characteristic features of the angiosperm and these are the advanced one. So if you want to write down, you can write down one point here. Basically vessels, these are the present in angiosperm, which is the most advanced method for the water conduction. And as well as when we are talking about the sieve tubes element, these are the present even in angiosperm because these are the most advanced method for the food conduction. So simple meaning hai, yes, vascular tissues are absent, xylem and the phloems are absent, but in both type primitive organisms are present. Like for the water conduction, tracheids present, but vessels are absent. And for the food conduction, sieve tube present, but sieve cell present. Cell hai, sieve cell present, but sieve tube it is totally absent because vessels and the sieve tube, these are the characteristic features which is present in angiosperm, and angiosperm, these are the most advanced group of the plant kingdom. Clear? Yeah, clear this point? Number 4, vascular tissue. Yeah, so these are the third point. पहले हमने देखा number 1 habitat, number we discuss plant body, number 3 we discuss vascular tissue, number 4 we are talking about the leaf. And in case of the pteridophyta, leaf it's very important because leaf it's very attractive. On the basis of leaf, we can divide the different 4 classes. And leaf, why this leaf it's very unique because the leaves consist of this sporangia. So fourth characteristic we are talking about leaf structure. And this point is important. Question coming from the leaf. So यहाँ पे हमें थोड़े examples याद रखने पड़ेंगे. So we are talking about the leaf. In case of the pteridophyta, only in case of the pteridophyta, leaf consists of sporangia. Leaf consists of a typical structure that is called as the sporangia. Such type of the leaf called as Sporophyll. Such type of the leaf, these are called as the which leaf? That is sporophyll. In case of next chapter in morphology, हम वहाँ पे leaf के कुछ types देखेंगे. In that types we mention word we will mention, that is sporophyll. Means sporo means what? Whenever we are talking about this sporo, it means that spore producing. Spore producing. And what is the meaning of the phyll? That is PHYLL. Phyll means that is leaf. So what is meaning of the sporophyll? Spore producing leaf. And it's very unique to Pteridophyta because Pteridophyta में हम जितने examples देखेंगे like Adentum, Bryopteris, Azolla, Salvinia, Pteris, Silanginella, all these are the examples of the sporophyll because where the sporangia get developed on the leaf tip, on the leaf, sporangia get developed. Okay, so such type of the leaf where sporangia present and that sporangia further undergo the meiosis process and they produce these spores. Such type of this leaf structure, simply these are called as the sporophyll. ऐसा leaf जो spore produce करेगा. And when we are talking about a typical structure of the sporangia, so sporangia diploid in nature. Inside the sporangia, spore mother cells are present, SMC, which is again diploid in nature. Spore mother cell undergo the process of sporic meiosis. And after this sporic meiosis, you know very well, there is a formation of the spore and more specific that is called as the meiospore, which is a product of meiosis. So what is meaning of this sporangia? Sporangia nothing but these are the one part who further undergo the various division and they produce this spore. So meiospore or sporophyll. Sporophyll, these are the very unique concept for the Pteridophyta because leaf is very unique. Why? Because such type of this leaf, they produce this sporangia, right? And what is this sporangia? Sporangia, these are the one diploid part. Inside this sporangia, spore mother cells are present. Spore mother cell undergo the sporic meiosis and finally they produce the haploid meiospore, haploid spore. Such type of this leaf, they are called as the sporophyll. Clear this point, everyone? Any doubt what is meaning of sporophyll? Yes or no? Any doubt? Okay. Now some more information about the leaf. In NCERT, you will get two concepts. एक word होगा that is macrophyll. And what is the meaning of macrophyll? Small size leaf. Another concept you will get macrophyll. नाम से पता चल रहा है. Macro means what? That is large size leaf. So in case of the Pteridophyta, you will get small size as well as you will get the large size leaf. So quickly we writing some examples according to NCERT. So in case of the macrophyll, very common example that is Silanginella. Silanginella, it is example of the macrophyll where small size leaf are present. And when we are talking about the large size leaf, so example basically all fern. And we just discussed because of their large leaf, almost all fern, they act as a ornament. Because of this leaf, हम आगे देखेंगे, such leaf it is called as the frond. So this because of this leaf, in case of this fern category, mostly they act as a ornamental plant. Got it? So we are talking about the two concepts, microphyll, example Silanginella, small size leaf, and the macrophyll, large size leaf, example fern. And because of their attractive nature of the leaf, such type of this leaf, in case of the fern category, we can use as a ornamental plant. Now, we are taking some example on the basis of that sporangia development. Okay? So next one. Leaves के point में हम continue करें, same point under the fourth point under the leaf. And now we are talking about some example in case of the development pattern. Suppose we are talking about Development of sporangia. Development of sporangia on leaf. So we are talking about developmental pattern. So suppose this development pattern, it is divided into two types. How that sporangiitis get developed. First scenario, if sporangia developed from the single cell, if sporangia developed from a single cell, कोई तो एक single cell होगा, and from that single cell, that sporangiitis get developed. Such type of this developmental pattern, such type of this developmental sporangia, simply these are called as lepto. Lepto means single. Leptosporangiate. Leptosporangiate. Such type of this pattern, simply these are called as the leptosporangiate. Okay, leptosporangiate. Another pattern, if sporangia developed from more than one cell, developed from more than one cell. Okay, more than, if you want, you can write down in sentence more than. Such type of these sporangiate, these are called as the eusporangiate. It's called as U means what? Sporangia get developed more than one cell. Involvement of the many cell. So simply these are called as the eusporangiate. Simple meaning है, lepto means sporangia develop from the single cell. U means sporangia develop from the many cell. So on the basis of that, quickly we are taking few example which is come under the leptosporangiate and which is come under the eusporangiate. Okay, so quickly we are taking under the leptosporangiate where sporangia which is get developed from the single cell. And ये examples repeat होंगे. Number one, that is pteris. P silent है. Another example, that is adentum. And the adentum, these are also called as the walking fern. Adentum also called as the walking fern. And the number third, that is Dryopteris. Third example, Dryopteris. So all these three examples means pteris, adentum as well as the Dryopteris. These are the example of the land fern, because we are talking about Pteridophyta. So fern might be possible, वो aquatic भी हो सकते हैं. Some these are the land also. Maybe they are terrestrial also. So pteris, adentum, Dryopteris, these are the example of the land fern. And while you have three examples, and another one we are talking about Salvinia, and next one that is Azolla. And you know very well, both these, whenever we are talking about Salvinia and the Azolla, these are present in water. So such type of this fern, these are called as the aquatic fern. Out of that aquatic fern, when we are talking about the Azolla basically these are the smallest aquatic fern who involved in nitrogen fixation. I hope you remember in biological classification chapter हमने देखा था, during the bacteria they are showing symbiotic association with the Azolla, right? And they involved during the nitrogen fixation. So here similarly we are talking about the Azolla. Azolla, it is example of the smallest aquatic fern. And if I'm talking about what is the mode function, so definitely they involve during the nitrogen fixation. Anaphina, remember Anaphina bacteria, they are showing nitrogen fixation with Azolla. Yes, so these are the few examples which is come under the leptosporangiate. ये याद नहीं रहा फिर भी चलेगा, but you have to remember which one is the land fern and which was the aquatic fern. बाकी सब कुछ भूल जाओ ऊपर का, doesn't matter. So pteris, adentum also called as the walking fern, and Dryopteris, these are the example of the land fern. Salvinia, Azolla, these are the example of the aquatic fern. And Azolla, it is the example of the smallest aquatic fern who involved in nitrogen fixation. Got it? Clear? Any doubt? Any doubt? Okay. Now I'm talking about, इसी को continue कर रहे हैं. Why adding term these are called as the walking fern? One question. Why a land fern, that is addendum, called as walking fern? And answer, because addendum, it is example of land fern, and these addendum showing vegetative propagation by their leaf tip. So addendum, they divide, they are showing vegetative propagation by its leaf tip. So that's why such type of these addendum, these are also called as the walking fern. So quickly I'll show you image, because ये जो point है addendum वाला, this part is again repeated in 12th standard first chapter reproduction in plant. तो वहाँ पे repeat होगा. So it's better I'll explain this point here. Sorry. Just wait, I'm searching one image. I hope you will see this part. I will share the one diagram later, because I think in laptop I have another diagram also. Okay, let's show you some part. एक सीधी chart box. हाँ, zoom out. Okay, okay. Vedant, see. So just check the chat box. In chat box there is one image. Just focus on the leaf tip. Leaf tip में actually there is a they grow from the leaf tip actually, and they are showing the vegetative propagation. Got it? So I'll share one clear image so we can see the bird and everything. Yeah. So something addendum, they are showing vegetative propagation by leaf tip. They are showing growth leaf tip, because on the leaf tip bird are present. The bird detach from the leaf and they produce the new plantlet. So addendum also called as the walking fern. Now we are taking the last point of the today's class. Example for the use sporangiate. It means that sporangia develop from more than one cell. And in this point we are taking the one example, Selaginella. First example. Selaginella, again starting from the S, or these are also called as the spike moss like structure. Another example we are talking about Lycopodium. Selaginella, also called as the spike moss like structure. Another one we are talking about Lycopodium, and this Lycopodium common name also called as the club moss. Remember हमने अभी थोड़ी देर पहले लिया था cod moss, right? Then green moss, and now we talk about the club moss. So club moss, it is example included into Pteridophyta, not in Bryophyta. So Lycopodium, it is example of the club moss like structure. And another one, very important, Equisetum. And Equisetum, these are also called as the horse tail, because the structure, हम इसका diagrammatic representation देखेंगे when we talk about this trobular structure. So Equisetum, these are also called as the horse tail because body is like a horse tail. And one question, these are the only living genus among the all subclasses. Because see, subclasses means what? Kingdom, then division, class, order, family. So according to that, so below the class there is a presence of the subclass. So if we compare that subclass में बहुत सारे examples होंगे. Out of that all subclass, only Equisetum, these are the living genus. Question, okay? Only Equisetum, these are the living genus, and such type of this living genus example is Equisetum among the all classes. So Equisetum will be the walking. Arey baba, why it is called as the walking fern? Because they showing vegetative propagation from the tip. They are showing growth from the tip area. That's what is called as the walking fern. Okay, Sonali? Sonali. So we are talking about Equisetum, also called as the horsetail, and these are the only living genus among the all subclasses. I hope this point is clear. Next diagram will start from the some other, means tomorrow at 10:15. We'll start from the further information of the Pteridophyta. We discuss the 4 classes of the Pteridophyta, and hopefully we complete Pteridophyta tomorrow. Yeah. So any doubt from the today's class? You have to remember all this example. I know thoda sa tricky hai, but whatever the example, it is starting from the S. Spirogyra, so then Spirulina, then Sargassum, Solanginella, now the Sphagnum. You have to remember all this example. नहीं तो पूरा खिचड़ी हो जाएगा. So whatever the example initially start from the S, you have to remember those example which is belonging to which class or which part of the plant kingdom. Rubaika, today, याद हुआ अच्छा, I'll share the answer key today. So you can download the answer key. Meanwhile, you can check it, and once chapter is finished, you can submit your answer key. Okay? Or otherwise, meanwhile, you can check yourself. तो अभी मैं answer key upload कर रही हूँ. You can check the file section in botany folder. So yeah. Okay, chalo. Thank you so much. So with this, we end today's session. Tomorrow we'll meet at 10:15. हाँ कोमल, just wait.